What's up? Hey, Officer Barbara, Polo PD.
All right.
Are you okay?
Yeah, just getting out for you.
A lot of stuff in You a traveler?
Oh, you come out to ask me if I'm a traveler.
Kind of just people thought you're
There's, I know what the complaint is asking if I'm a traveler. What was the I know you didn't hear the complaint exactly, but I mean,
Did you ask
what did your dispatch tell you? What did your dispatch? You know, the person who is on the other end of the radio.
Are you like mentally okay?
Oh, you think you got to take me in for something?
Not really. I'm just asking you if you're mentally okay.
Did you graduate high school?
Did you?
Okay.
What does graduating high school have to do with anything?
It shows some competency. I mean, there's a.
I'm not sure what you mean. I'm pretty much.
You're not following the line of education?
What are you talking about?
What I'm asking is your education level. You're asking me my competency. Well, what qualifications do you have to ask?
What question did I ask you?
You asked me if I'm mentally okay or something.
Yeah, because,
so now
because instantly you're hopping out of the car recording me, acting like there's some sort of issue here.
Yeah, it's documentation. I hope that you got your body cam on. Are you using your dash cam or something?
Pretty much.
Okay, all right. Why don't they give you body cams?
I don't know. Our department's a little old school, so.
Old school, yeah, smaller town.
Yeah, a little bit, but we plan on getting body cameras soon. I'm just not sure when exactly.
You weren't told any dates, because sometimes the police station, I mean, I'm sure
they're told there's a mandate by the state, by the city or anything like that.
Oh well, the city can approve. You know, your city council. You work for the city. You're not sheriff, right? They can approve that. I mean, they're kind of who hired you. Weren't you at a city council meeting and you swore in to defend the city's ordinances?
Are you more worried about body cameras more than anything else?
Well, I mean, documentation is pretty good.
Okay.
Just in case something happens, whatever you plan on, wherever you plan on taking this as part of a legal adventure, because
I think you're just freaking out over the fact that I'm just checking on you.
Yeah, I mean, it makes me nervous. I mean, who doesn't it make nervous? Okay.
What? Someone checking on you?
You think people are all calm when you approach them, knocking on their door, knocking on their car? That was pretty loud, but I mean, that's fair. I mean,
my apologies if it was loud and I startled you.
It was startling, yeah. I mean,
for sure. I mean, were you sleeping? Because
I was relaxing, and then I get
fault for waking you up or.
Okay.
Because it's ultimately not my intention to make you feel unsettled or anything like that. Okay, but I just want you to listen, okay? Because I think you're just taking this way out of proportion, and you're just thinking that you're. Are you like a sovereign citizen or like
a sovereign citizen, like I'm a free traveler, or whatever?
Not really.
Well,
that's not really what you're taking it to a whole different perspective, but. Normally when people record, they think they're above the law and they think they know what they're doing exactly.
Oh, you need a camera for sure. I mean, that would help change your perspective on this documentation, because I look at it as just documentation, just the back and forth, you know, whatever.
What does it have to do with me needing a camera?
Well, because I mean, then we wouldn't have to rely on your written report. That's not really evidence anyway.
Why would I write a report on that?
Well, such as if it goes to a trial, goes to, you know, if you want to press a charge,
for what reason?
Then this would be evidence. This is like courts of record. You know how courts of record work? They have to record everything that's happening in the courtroom. So this is an extension of the court of record, recording on the street. Okay, you're not a judge, but I mean, if there was a potential charge that you wanted to try filing on me, then I mean, this would be brought in to the court of record. You know, you'd bring it to your prosecutor, and they'd evaluate it, what they can use against me, and.
So, that's my other questions then about what you're doing here.
I'm just hanging out. I mean, it's a park. So I mean, yeah, did I see you before? Did I see you earlier?
No,
that was another guy. Okay. All right. Yeah, there was a morning patrol because I've been here since the morning. They probably documented it.
No, never said anything.
You didn't see any? Okay, because I know you probably get little reports daily, what happened the previous shift. They don't tell you?
So normally, well, it's not like a report. It's pretty much just like they explain to you if there's anything important that should be pushed back to the next shift. But
yeah, okay.
Never thought
this was not. Yeah, this.
So they already talked to you?
Nobody talked to me,
okay.
but I saw them. I heard them. I can hear the cop car. It was behind me, and they seemed to spend a hesitation, and I could hear. I mean, that's I can hear. I didn't quite hear when you pulled up behind me. I only heard the knock because I was actually watching a video, a YouTube video. So
okay,
that's what startled me. I didn't even suspect you because these windows are kind of down. You can kind of see.
Is that down?
That I can hear. Oh, but I didn't quite. You parked a ways back actually, but that's that's your, you got to do safety things. Kind of be able to look at my car from the rear and put me at a disadvantage and all that stuff.
I mean, it's just a tactical approach, I guess, if you will. So.
Yeah, you gotta watch the crossfire and all that.
No, I was just kind of saw your car from a distance when I was driving through the park over there. I was interesting.
Oh, were you called or no? You were just checking on me.
No, I was checking on you.
Oh, okay. The other guy did just like paused, and then I saw them drive off. But all right, you decided to check. Okay, nobody called. Good. I'm glad that I know that at least. You made it. I got the impression somebody called. Like, what are they? You kind of said that though. I have to go back on the camera and.
No, you asked me. No, immediately when you
somebody called.
You asked me who called, what was the dispatch tell you, and I didn't say a single word.
Well, I'll have to look. What the camera says. I kind of, but that's fine. I mean, that's part of your job. I'm sure this looks a little weird. This is kind of a smaller town.
Yeah, no, definitely a smaller town. I just had someone flag me by pretty much, but it wasn't a call.
Okay.
Like that,
yeah.
So
yeah,
I just like, I dropped my daughter off at the park. I just want to make sure that this guy actually,
okay,
is a friendly guy who's not like some weirdo. And
well, I'm a weirdo. I mean,
no, and they're just
fine.
They're just, I don't want to say freaked out, but they're just kind of looking at your car like as an odd noodle.
Yeah, this is you live in a small town. There's patterns that develop, and it's Sunday. It's out of the ordinary to probably see this. Most of the day it's been pretty empty, so it's not busy. This one, maybe over there it's busier, but
sure, yeah, no. I mean, how long?
But that's partly why since the morning, that morning shift guy saw me.
Yeah.
But I mean, I try to find places that are a little quiet. Try to find places that are quiet. I mean, this isn't exactly quiet enough for me. There are people running around concerned.
Usually the Jack Flash is a pretty good place to go. That's where a majority. That's like kind of where I was kind of headed towards this.
The Jack Flash?
Yeah, so like,
okay, I'll look at
you
that.
Have Washington Place. So are you from Washington?
Yeah.
So normally, like, people who are out of state, like they come off the interstate or they come from wherever they are.
Just south. It was the city just south of here.
Yeah.
I don't know why I can't remember they got no, the next one south of here.
It's a big city.
Yeah, it's a bigger city.
Charleston,
Mattoon, yeah. Okay, yeah. I just took a road straight here, I plan on this evening actually going the next city down.
Yeah.
North.
So now it's going to be Tuscola.
Tuscola, yep.
Yeah. So the easiest way to probably get to it is just right 45 and all. I got
a GPS. That's what gets me. I look on Google Maps and study where I think is maybe the better place. I wasn't exactly happy with this. I like parks that are more on the outside of the city. That way I have like maybe a woods or a field instead of I'm surrounded by housing, and I'm not happy about it. But I mean, not every city's perfect. So
I just wanted to first come talk to you.
You mind if I get a close up of your badge?
Sure, that's fine.
On your shoulder. They're all unique. I just saw one in the south part of here. It's the home of the white squirrel.
Home of the white squirrel.
Yeah, and they have a white squirrel on their badge.
Yeah.
And it's only. You ever hear of Olney? It's a smaller town south of here. They're the home of the white squirrel, and they wear that on their badge or their patch.
I know that.
Yeah. I mean, your individual cities and your leadership chooses how you represent the city, and you have some like a cowboy on a horse. I don't. You know the reference to that?
I guess it's like it's a rider. So pretty much our polar riders.
You have maybe a competition, a rough riding competition, and
code 4 extension 1.
All right. Yeah. Well, I don't mean to hold you up.
No, absolutely. So, like I said, I'm just checking on you, making sure, like, if you want if you need a place to stay or something like that, I can get you a voucher for a hotel.
No, I'm not looking. I've been traveling for 11 years.
Yeah.
Just so I don't go to hotels.
If you don't mind me asking, how do you shower?
And I use vinegar a lot. Vinegar? So yeah, okay. You look into vinegar, it's 80% kill rate. Really? I don't need 100% kill rate, but yeah, you just I had, and it took me a while to figure vinegar out, but I had like toe fungus, and it lasted too long.
Yeah.
And I tried all kinds of other remedies, measures, and then I tried vinegar, splash some vinegar on it, and the itch goes away. So I mean, it's something to look into.
For like athlete's foot and all that
stuff. Yeah, and just various. You have a cut, you kill the bacteria on the cut. You know those topical solutions. Yeah. I use vinegar because it's working. For skin.
Like alcohol. Normally they say to put alcohol in it, kills 99.9% of bacteria, or something like that.
Yeah, vinegar, it's more fermented than alcohol.
Yeah, so it doesn't dry out your skin as bad?
It's fine. Vinegar is, I mean, maybe at certain parts of the skin it burns, but overall, no, I don't want that 100% stuff. That burns. That'll cause a problem on its own. But vinegar is you can ingest it, but I tend not to consume it. Just more cleaning, because I don't have the room to bring in a shower.
Right.
And I don't care about vouchers. I've been fine. 11 years. I've been fine.
11 years you've been doing this?
Yeah, I've been traveling just all over. Kind of Washington is sort of the starting point, and just up and down everywhere across the whole west half of the country. Just taking my time, stopping, making small stops like this. Yeah. So this is just another stop for me.
Yeah.
You probably spent all your life here or something.
No, actually not.
Okay. All right. This is where the job was.
Yeah.
Yeah, but me, it's a stop, and I'm heading north because it's getting warm. I'm actually trying out this shirt for the first time. It's keeping me cool inside. It's like associated with fishing, but it's really a cool shirt. I'm not as hot with like my cotton. I wear cotton shirts normally, and
I wish they'd give us those to wear, because even this is like burning my skin.
Yeah. Well, you got so I hear the air conditioner running. I don't.
It tries. It tries.
Oh, it's a little weak.
Yeah.
All right.
Definitely a lot weak. Well, it's a lot, but.
All right. Well.
It is what it is. But yeah, no. So. Obviously you seem okay.
Yeah, I don't have any complaints. I plan on being here until the evening time, and then I just want to head north. The car's working fine. I'm feeling okay.
There's no one else in here with you?
No.
No, not a dog?
No, this is to cover the sun. I got the skin with the sun issues type of thing. I just can't. I need breaks from it because I do. Live out of it. Sometimes it's nice to have a shelter that I could park next to. There's places I could just park next to a shelter and get more relief, or even a shade tree. I park underneath the shade tree and covers me for the evening, but it's not always something that's available. So I make shift throwing things on top to at least offer some shade. You go in here, you feel the roof. It's cool. And
like normal headliner, or did you take that?
A headliner? Yeah. Oh, I kind of gutted the car out. There's the fabric and all that. It's gone. I cut it back on the weight by removing quite a bit.
Yeah.
The back seats, I don't have. It came with speakers and all of that. It's all gone. I need the room.
Absolutely.
Just for this size, it's really tight.
Yeah.
That's why I can't keep the bicycle inside, so it's vulnerable. And I've actually had a previous bicycle stolen off the back of my car, but that was in Phoenix, Arizona. It's kind of a nasty area downtown in Phoenix.
That seems like it's strapped in pretty good.
But I locked it. I locked it to the car too, so I'm using extra protection there with that, just because the person that last stole it just cut the straps and then took the whole thing. So I have to take the next step up. They take a step up. They get more aggressive. Then I gotta get more protective. And I mean, that's the thing about sleeping in your car. That's the ultimate protection. I was here when you knocked. Imagine if a robber or a burglar wanted to rob my car. They'd have to look in and they'd see me. And then.
Well, I mean, I would say it was pretty obvious when your shoes was outside of your.
Oh yeah. Yeah, they make a little extra room by just keeping them out.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm sure it's a lot more relaxing, especially because I'm not really wearing the right type of.
yeah, I mean, a lot of cops have to hold their thumbs in their armpit holes to get some breathing room in some way. I
choose to. This is just relaxing me. I hold on to myself.
Yeah, maybe you can adjust the weights. There's cops that wear medical pit packs and various, everybody, and they mostly these days they're having body cams on, at least in the front, some on the shoulder, but
yeah. So like it's normally where our body camera would be, but like
what is that? That's for the audio, right? Okay.
And so like, normally whenever I do a lot of stuff here, I always try to do it in front of the camera because that's really the only thing I can do.
Stand in front, yeah.
Otherwise, if I have like a case I'm working or something like that, then I have to, or I don't really have to, but I will, just for everyone else's sake, so that they know exactly what really happened, where it was at. So it grabs another perspective as to someone else's point of view.
Yeah, I'll tell you, in Paducah, the cops, they have body cams, but the cop that approached me, it was in a church parking lot at night. He didn't turn his on for the first 5 minutes. I had mine on, and they saw that, and later I had to get his records, his training records and discipline records. In his discipline records, it said he got written up for failure to turn on his body cam. He should have turned it on. When you get them, you're gonna have to. I mean,
absolutely. So like, I used to be in Champaign Police, so.
Oh, okay.
So I think if you're going to the next town up, I don't know, it's kind of depends on wherever you go. But
I'll be going to Champaign, through Champaign.
Yeah, eventually when you go to Champaign, they're probably going to get out with you. But you can also see that their body cameras are a lot like what Axon is.
Yep, very popular.
So they'll have Axon, and they automatically, every time that you're getting out of the car, you're always trying to switch that bad boy on.
There's a pretty good chance, similar situation, they probably approach me.
I mean, there's literally nothing that you're doing wrong here.
But you guys, you're trained in Champaign. It's a good idea to get out and check.
It's always a good.
Okay.
It's always good training, especially like community relations, all that stuff, just to get out and talk to people.
Community caretaking, right?
But like, the point of me doing it also is just like for everyone else's safety. Like, I know who you are. I know you're going to be here for a while.
Yeah.
Now I don't have to be called, and I can just say, okay, hey, dispatch, this is exactly what I have.
If you do get called, you know the background.
Absolutely. Well, do you have your ID on you?
Well, I mean, I can exchange IDs with you if you want.
Exchange?
Yeah, you give me your ID, and I'll hand you mine.
Well, I can give you my police ID.
Well, how about like driving ID or your state issued ID that I would have the same ones? I should probably get your name here at least. Let's see. Let me pronounce that.
Good.
Abarganel.
Oh, you're close.
Okay. Abarganel. Is it a Spanish type of pronunciation?
No. Middle Eastern, but it's not that deep.
It'd be Middle Eastern?
Yeah, but you're pretty close.
You gotta have you gotta go the.
Nope.
No? Oh. I actually am a Abarganel.
No, you're so close. It's Abarganel.
Abarganel. Okay. All right.
Yes.
All right.
It's actually had like 2 L's at the end of it. But yeah, so pretty much and you don't have to give me your ID, okay?
Yeah, I mean,
and obviously I think you know that as well.
Yeah,
it's just checking on you. If I actually talk to you, then I know at least your name, and I know at least who I'm talking with. If you don't.
Yeah, it's a Fourth Amendment issue, and I mean, you have community caretaking.
You said it's an issue?
Well, when it comes to asking a name, then it goes from community caretaking and then into an investigation, which then
no, not at all.
It's
not at all. That's not how I handle.
Oh well, all right.
If it turns into an investigation, then I'm actually called here, and then that would be an investigation.
Okay.
But I'm not called here. Like I said, I'm just checking on you. If I had your name, then I could just say, all right, well, I put this down on my log. This
you got your log. Yeah, and I'm the owner.
Talk to this guy, and that's it. But
yeah, and I'd like to dispel any issues. I mean, I'm not the sovereign citizen, and got the First Amendment auditors and stuff. I'm a documenter of the events, and I have no problem with giving my name. I mean, we can just exchange names if you want to exchange IDs. I mean, if you want me to give me,
if you want, like, if you tell me like your name.
Yeah, I could
Right,
just.
then I can't pull up anything on my computer that has your picture and that is
Okay.
actually your
Yeah.
the history
And
of
that's
what's on it.
and that's the bare minimum for a criminal investigation. It's just you just only have to say your first and last name. As far
Sure,
as I
and
know,
that's totally fine with me.
in the courts, and yeah, I have no problem. We got Abarganel, and I'm Heinz. Okay,
Heinz.
last name like the ketchup bottle, Heinz. So,
Spelled the same?
well, there's an E after the Z. So, okay,
Alright.
yeah, I have no problem. Telling my name, and you got C as your middle initial. I could tell you I'm T. So, C Abarganel T Heinz.
Okay.
If you want to give me your first name, I can.
No.
You don't? Okay.
I
All right.
usually don't because a lot of people like to look people up on.
Well,
on Facebook and whatnot.
that's a part of the documentation, following up on documenting is to see.
So
It's
that's where like, and then it ges really personal, especially for my job, right? And let's say like you were to document this, right? And I'm not saying that this is what you're gonna do. But, like, let's say you're to document this and you're, so I see you got some pretty nice cameras here. But you were to post this on like YouTube or you're to post this on wherever, right? Any social media, then well, now we have my name. Now we have this is where he works. Now we're gonna do our own little digging because people actually do that stuff on the internet.
and you're perfectly capable of whitelisting anything that you think could be damaging to your personal issues.
What do you mean?
Whitelist. You scrape anything that you're able to scrape personal information off the internet.
Can I do
Like
that myself?
I believe so. I've seen that done. It happened a long time ago in 2016. I saw this cop's background, showed us previous addresses, and then a week later they disappeared. He was able to go onto like the whitelist page. There's ways to do it that maybe your tech support. The city has tech support. Maybe can help. They should have tech support for.
Well, like I said, we're pretty outdated here. So.
Well, your library has internet Wi-Fi. I walked over there to use some Wi-Fi, and somebody's supporting the tech for that Wi-Fi. So you got somebody, and you can scrape. I mean, and then just don't post anything. I mean, if
That's what I normally do, but
I mean,
somehow, some way.
what I find interesting is how prosecutors freely post their background information regardless, and they're almost a part of the police team. You'll see, but they're not evaluated or scrutinized. They're not scrutinized as much as a policeman, the prosecutor. But yeah, so I mean, it just depends. Have you won any awards? Did you get any strikes on your discipline record? I mean, if there's something embarrassing, yeah, you want to hide it. But if there's something you can be proud of,
No, there's pictures of me like online. Obviously,
Yeah,
not,
I mean,
like, not just like
not
my
nude.
personal picture. Not like that. But just like not just like my personal pictures, but like me showing me in a uniform and all that kind of stuff. It's just like there's certain things to post, but then there's like other things when you really look up the name, and then now you're like, okay, well,
All right.
you're already out there.
Just maybe you're not used to it. I mean, yeah, you worked in Champaign. I think that's what it's called. It's a bigger city. I mean, maybe you're just not used to the attention that a crowd of people on the internet would give. It's not that bad, really. What kind of attention that people give you, it blows over. It's like a news story sometimes. Depending, this situation is nothing. If you started something else, if you arrested me over my ID, then yeah, you would get more attention on the internet.
I don't think I could arrest you over something on private property.
This is a park, so yeah. I mean, it just depends on the situation. There's cops. I've recorded cops arresting me over my ID
technically, if there's like a criminal offense and you're doing an investigation, and then it'd be like obstructing ID or obstructing identification is technically what it's called in Illinois. So like, if they want to go above and beyond and they want to do that, then they can. Otherwise they just use their common sense and run your name from the license plate and then come back to Illinois one, and then you're clear and valid.
And this isn't a stop and ID state. I don't believe you can't just run around.
No, I mean, so it's a Terry stop, right? So that would be suspicion that you.
Yeah, they call it.
Where you are, or you're.
Oh yeah, if you committed a crime, are committing a crime, or about to. It's also called a Terry frisk too. It seems like.
No, So a Terry frisk would be completely different.
Oh, you would call, okay.
So a Terry frisk would be like if I have the, I don't know if I word it kind of like the reasonable apprehension, because like they do that for just some case law. But like if you reasonably believe that, you know, I saw a bulge like in your waistband or something like that, right?
Or, yeah.
Think, okay, you have a weapon, right? So then I'm just like, okay, well, why don't you just place your hands up? Let me just do my thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's what a Terry frisk is.
Okay.
Now,
so you're saying there's a Terry stop and a Terry frisk, and I think that's
technically it's called a Terry frisk.
And okay, they're about the same, but there's
so there's the frisk is more like you're just checking for weapons.
Yeah,
that's really all a frisk is. And you're checking the area specific to this, but you're checking the most outer part of the clothing. You can't go into pockets. You can't like start going. So like, let's say you're wearing a jacket, right? But you're like, let's say you're wearing a jacket, right? And they try to go underneath the jacket. Technically, that would be violating. So like, it wouldn't be applicable if they did find something because it's not within.
Yeah, I mean, you have a lot of leeway with the Terry v. Ohio law. A lot of people want that overturned because it's intrusive. People call it intrusive, but I mean, you got your safety thing. What do you think about if somebody was off in the distance and then suddenly they see this, decide to come up to record with their camera? Is there a distance that you feel comfortable at so that they
I really don't like people like this type of distance is okay, but like we're obviously just a normal contact, right? But like if someone else, like I'm not doing an investigation, so like if someone else wanted to come up and talk to me, right, and they're not like like that, and I would be okay with that. Right? But then because this is just a voluntary contact pretty much. Yeah. It's not a call.
Yeah.
I'm not doing an investigation, like I said, so they're not hindering anything that I'm doing.
Because in Louisiana, they're asking the lawmakers are trying to push for a 25-foot distance, and so if the camera person comes in within a 25 feet distance, they can get arrested.
Yeah. So
they're pushing.
Normally, what we're trained on in the academy is that if let's say I'm doing an investigation like you, right? They're coming close to me and they're, you know, I wouldn't say harassing me, but you know what people do whenever you see them on YouTube, on the tube saying,
verbally,
why are you doing this? Anything? But then they're coming from like a mile away, so I have no idea what happened, right? So then now you're saying, all right, well, hey, I just need you to stand back over here. And well, if they decide to keep on coming at you, well, you need to be obstructing the police.
You have a comfortable distance and you want them in view. They're trying to set a set distance of 25 feet. But there's different levels of comfort. If it's it's a little kid in their bathing suits, then you could see clearly that there's not going to be as much of a threat as somebody who's.
Well, I mean, you could. The way that we kind of think about it is, or at least I think about it, is everyone could be a threat at any point in time.
Okay. Yeah.
Whether that be, like they have a mentally handicapped status, right? They can still do it, right?
And have you asked me about my mental state?
Yeah. So originally when I asked about your mental state, it's because when you hopped out of the car and you're asking me immediately all these questions, I'm kind of like, I didn't even get a chance to even see what's going on. You instantly start setting up cameras.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, so you started recording me. What's going on? Why are you here?
Okay, all right.
And it was just like,
all right. Well, do you have the ability to take me in somewhere? Or are you have you exercised that?
We say what?
Have you exercised that?
Before?
What's that?
You mean like have I exercised that before?
Taking somebody in based on your evaluation of their mental state. Committed.
You want me to give you an example?
Personal with your experience, or just
no, like with work. Obviously, I've done that. So.
You have okay. Yeah. Just you thought that the person didn't seem mentally right, so.
Well, and they weren't.
It was very obvious, right?
It was really obvious. So when immediately and I'm watching you and the way you're kind of moving around and all that stuff, I'm kind of like, I didn't get a chance to even say a single word, and you're instantly starting to ask questions, setting stuff up a certain way.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm like, okay, well, you have a specific way of doing something, and obviously I think you've had this several times before. So you already know what to do, right? But I don't know that. So when I'm talking, I'm kind of like, okay, let me just ask my questions first.
Okay.
And now we're getting into the point of
slow things down for your pace just get them in line with your.
Let's try to figure out what's
really
with
your
here. Right now we're just making small talk, and we've already handled that situation. You're doing completely fine. I already know where exactly you're going. I don't know what time you're gonna be leaving. I don't really care.
Yeah.
It's none of my business.
Yeah. Okay.
Go for it. But and like normally whenever I'm doing these, it's just like a welfare check.
Yeah, that's crazy. You could just take somebody in based on
there's certain factors depending on it. And it's called involuntary.
Yeah, I've seen in some cities in Louisiana, there's these mental health the large institutions for mental health that I've seen more on the west part of Illinois, not so much the center. They're just large.
They're all within like the hospital itself.
Yeah, there's some system there, and they've maybe I haven't read up on it. They're giving police these extra powers to evaluate mental status. But I mean, you could try something, but I don't know what tests I'd have to do to get my.
There's no.
I mean, there's
no real test here. So like, if I could clearly see that you're mentally unstable, and like, let's say, maybe you're off of some drugs, like
that would be.
Then I would be like, okay, now I need to get you away from here because one, we're at a park, and two, well, there's probably not going to be anyone here to come get you because, well, you haven't really answered that, and you seem like you're alone.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, you got tests for DUI. You go through those tests, but then also there's the mental, which is that's a little bit more difficult. I think
it's a little bit, but sometimes it's pretty obvious. So status. But like, let's say you weren't in the car, right, and you were just passed out, drunk on the bleachers over there, right?
Oh well.
Then. Well, I would probably call an ambulance for you. If you refuse, well, I can technically not refuse you if you don't have anyone to come pick you up. And I could just send you to a hospital myself, and then I would have to go through all the paperwork of doing it involuntary. Because there's no possible way to care for yourself, clearly, because you're passed out on the bleachers at the park.
And someday that's going to happen to us all. I'm going to get to that point.
Well, hopefully not.
I'm older, but I mean, I'm not. It'll be a few years probably. Yeah. But I mean, sickness takes people down, and you got to figure things out with that.
Sometimes it's really just about your mentality, about where you're at. So sometimes people make it, sometimes people don't. Sometimes they lose their cool.
And drugs. I mean, that takes people out of it the most. All right. Yeah, I don't have anything else to say really. I mean, we've talked a lot here. I
want to let you get back to whatever you're doing. So.
Yeah, I mean that sounds good. So.
Any questions that I can answer for you?
Yeah, I mean it's I could ask some. There's questions I'm curious about, but I'm sure that you're not going to answer.
Oh, why is that?
I can. We'll throw them out there. Like how many people are working? How many cops are working this shift right now?
One.
What? It's that small of a town? Okay.
Well,
all right.
At least, see what time is it right now? So, at least we are down one officer. So.
Okay.
Normally there will be one right now, and then later on. I mean, kind of depending on what shift they have us working. So it used to be two working sometimes, and then a vast majority of the time there'd be two working.
All right. I could see why your body cams aren't going to be quick. They're not going to be so quick
it's a pretty small town.
Yeah, since you do have the audio is one of the more important elements of documenting, more important than video in a lot of ways. So, I mean, I don't know. I was just watching a YouTube video and just hanging out. I mean, trying to stay out of the sun.
Yeah.
And then do a little exercise in the evening time. Maybe walk over to the library again. I don't know. It's active here. So some parks are dead quiet. This one on a Sunday, I'm glad I didn't get caught at a game that a lot of times it'll just fill up sometimes. Yeah. But I guess today's not game day for.
No, actually, it is Sunday though, and usually they are out here.
There's okay. And that would kind of push me out. All right, if it's a big game, big Sunday game. Yeah. These are nice. This is a nice park. So whatever. Maybe they had a game yesterday, and
Maybe, I have no idea.
It's this week, Sunday. So Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else to say. I'm surprised that you're the only guy on shift, but you do have the sheriff to back you up, so they may
Sometimes they normally don't really see anything as like a priority.
they kind of stay out of the city and just get around the county regions.
Try to hit
Okay.
the routes, so Route 133, Route 45, 130 all the way over there, and then like
Okay.
36 all the way into Scola.
Yeah, yeah, you got trains that go through. This looks like a major highway. Some of the cities kind of in the central Illinois region are busy with delivery trucks up and down the road. But let's see that last Mattoon. Let me tell you, Mattoon's tap water is. Mattoon's tap water is undrinkable. It tastes like swamp. It smells like swamp. I don't know if you've ever been to Mattoon, but I can get water at your bathrooms, and it's delicious compared to Mattoon. I only spent a couple of days in Mattoon, but the tap water is really bad. I think it's like there's a toxin or something in there. So yeah, I'm just making a comment. I was just there. I left this morning.
Yeah.
And
I can tell you. Have you ever been to Decatur before?
No.
Don't go.
Okay.
It's actually a pretty bad area, but
all right.
It also smells really bad.
There's something. Yeah, they have maybe some kind of manufacturing or operation.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like a factory or something like that. I don't know what kind of factory it is, but I think there's a factory. There's bridges to go over. So
yep.
It always smells so terrible there. But
okay, yeah, Decatur. Okay, yeah, I don't know if that's on the route or not. So,
but if you decide
I'll make a note of that.
Kind of making like a
straight north. I kind of veered. I slowed down my movement north because of the solar eclipse.
Yeah.
All right, I slowed down and just hung out in Newton to catch that, to get the most of the shadow, and then I started heading north to this Lincoln Log Cabin. I stopped to check that out, and then that city east of Mattoon. I forget cities kind of easy. Charleston, and then I veered to Mattoon, and then now heading north. Just gonna go around Chicago into Wisconsin. Then I want to.
It's pretty good, yeah.
I'm kind of curious. Do you ever hear of Hendry, Tiffany Hendry, Mayor Hendry? Okay, there's a lot of controversy about her being a bad mayor, stealing money, and it's a suburb of Chicago. Hendry. Okay.
There's still too many suburbs for me to even.
There's a lot. Yep. Yeah. I don't think I would want to go in there because it's too deep into Chicago for me.
Yeah.
I just want to go around. I like the smaller towns, but I want to wrap around Lake Michigan, go up Wisconsin around on the coast, and then wrap around down down Michigan, and then south for the winter again, kind of further east of here, Indiana, just those. Yeah,
no. Here's a good way to get to Indiana.
Yeah, I'll figure it all out. It's a slow pace for me.
Yeah.
I gotta. I mean, I'm not making.
You have all the time in the world, right?
Well, I'm not striving to make a lot of money. I just make enough to pay for gas. So.
Do you want a voucher for gas? Like
no.
$20 worth of gas.
No, I don't. But you shouldn't be offering that. Wow, that's crazy.
I usually offer it.
Where do you get the money? This comes out of the taxpayers. You want to?
Out of the city.
That's taxpayers. Okay.
Are
Don't.
you not a taxpayer too?
You okay? And that's you willing to be generous, and that's great.
No, I mean that's not willing to be anything. Like I mean I'm still a human being outside of my job, right? So
yeah.
I would still pay my taxes. I still pay my bills. I still have camera, and I still have American Water, just like everyone else does.
Okay.
I still have a phone bill, just like everyone else does. Or something
Yeah.
to do.
I don't accept that stuff. But I mean,
like I said, and I have the ability to offer it. So
yeah, I'm
offer it, then I'll offer it.
Just I'd say give it to the next person who looks more, needy, in need of that. I think I saw that there's a food bank maybe on the east side of this town, or maybe it's somewhere north of here.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But so I was stopping at food banks for a while.
Yeah.
But the choices, I went through a lot of food banks, and I can only take a certain thing. I'm really picky because just the canned foods, and there's just things I don't digest very well.
Absolutely.
So.
Champaign, I can tell you that for sure. Champaign.
Oh yeah.
So I know you can go to the health department. They have food there.
Okay. Yeah.
You can go to, there's this place across from the police station that a lot of people go and they actually get free meals.
Okay. Oh yeah. Okay.
So I think that's a pretty good place for you to go in case you're ever curious and want to get
yeah,
there.
the soup kitchen. I did it early on in my travels. I had this cop, and I was really hurting for money. I had this cop arrest me in Horseshoe Bend, Idaho, and I only had like $600 total for savings. And he had my car towed, and I was sent to jail over the weekend. When I got out, I had to pay this.
Had your car towed?
Yeah, I was parked behind a library, and the librarian called to say she thought I was camping there. So he demanded my ID. This is in 2016. He demanded my ID, and then I said, I'll exchange IDs with you. Yeah. And so I got arrested over that. And then, yeah, thrown in jail. And then I had to get my car out of the tow. Like, he couldn't just let it sit. Like, if you...
Do you normally, like, give your ID?
Well, I used to, but I got tired of the questions. It's just like, where are you coming from? Where are you going? Yeah. Well, let's just start with, let me find out who you are asking these questions of me. I'd like to make an equal exchange of questioning and answering, so we can learn from each other. Since I have some power to document. We've been talking 40 minutes. Okay,
go for it.
I have the power to document, and so I'm making more use of this medium to learn more about police. Plus, it's not just recording. I mean, we also can upload to a medium where it reaches quite a few people, like YouTube,
yeah,
or Facebook too.
Yeah.
So it's a new power as a citizen that I have. So yeah,
and that's why, and like you said, 40 minutes, right? Technically, I could have been the type of guy that's just like. Technically, I could have been that guy that's. These bugs are crazy. That's like, I'll come and talk to you. If I want to be a dick, I'll be a dick.
Yeah.
I'm not being a dick, right?
Well,
I don't think I am.
It seems like it's going fine. A lot of the cops. I've been arrested 6 times. Those 6 times, it's pretty quick when I get arrested. They've seemed to have made their minds up. Yeah. They ask for ID. I willing to exchange, or I ask.
I'm not really interested in.
I ask what the crime is. What crime do you suspect me of? And then it just it's rare. It's about 1 out of 30 cop stops, roughly, that I get arrested. 1 out of 30, 1 out of 35.
It's rare that you get arrested?
It's that rare. You know what I mean? It's not like exactly, every 30, then I get arrested. But if I average almost 200 cop stops now, similar to this, it's about 1 out of 30. There's those rarities in your police force. It's city by city.
You get those cops that are kind of like, I want to do this and I feel like I can do it just because you can doesn't mean you should, and that's what you're also taught as like a kid, Just because you can jump off a bridge doesn't mean you should jump off a bridge.
Yeah, it's.
Right? But that's a little ultimate, right?
Yeah, it's just There's a forward thinking. You've taken some steps back. Some people in their personalities, they're always moving forward with the process. There's not so much give and take, and you're not a soldier. You're not in the military,
no.
So
I've already asked you the question I need to ask. And
yeah, you're balancing out what you think could be the greater benefit for your community as opposed to my demeanor is just you're looking.
Well, I think that maybe I thought in my head that maybe you thought that I was coming here not really to what some people would say like harass you, right? Which is kind of like when I come back saying that when you immediately step out of the car and you start recording, not just for the documentation purposes only, but because people that do that always feel like they're in the wrong somehow, or that they're doing something wrong. But it's not really about doing something wrong. It's really about, hey, I just want to come here and check on you.
Yeah.
Person would. Some people probably will look at your car and say, I'm a little weirded out by that, and I'm not going to walk up to the car.
Yeah.
But I am going to walk up to the car because not just because I'm the police, but because I actually want to see if you're okay.
Oh,
like,
okay.
If you need help, if you need assistance with something.
Okay.
If I can help you.
Yeah, I mean it's a good personality to take into the job too. I mean, but yeah, you're not all about arresting people. You didn't move from Champaign because you had too many complaints in Champaign, and now you're here. Right? There's that situation. But yeah, yeah, there's different approaches, different mindsets.
Absolutely.
I mean,
yeah. So instantly, like whenever you ask that kind of stuff, like I would think, okay, well, you probably think you're doing something wrong. Let me just figure out what's exactly going on first. Like, how can I help you out? Okay, if there's any questions I can ask you real quick that I can figure out.
Okay, yeah. And you don't you don't need to explain this all. I mean, I understand. I've had many, cause this has been prolonged a long time, and
I've been a very long time. And like I said, this is all voluntary contact. So and you know about this. Like technically, you don't have to talk to me. If you want to leave, you can. If you want to go,
free. If I'm free to go, I'm free to stay. You probably heard that.
Yeah.
So, and I plan on just sticking around till the evening and then taking off.
Yeah, it's not really even like a stop at that point. So like, are you free to go? If you wanted to walk away from the conversation,
yeah.
I mean, it's not an investigation.
Just I mean, and I'm not really doing anything.
No, not at all.
That's that great. I'll be
staying cool. And
I'll be testing your Wi-Fi speeds now and seeing how fast this can be uploaded.
Yeah.
All right. 45 minutes is like 4 gigs.
Upload it?
Yeah, I'll just instantly upload this.
To what?
To my my YouTube.
Really?
Yep. Yeah.
Is there a name I could look up?
Well, it's called my name. So I said T, so I did say Hines. So it's my name.
It's T Hines.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you didn't give me your first name, so I can't really. I can only say T. But it used to be Let's Exchange IDs with T Hines. But now it's Natchitoches versus T Hines, since I do have an active case in Natchitoches, Louisiana. Yeah, it's over my ID again. It's been going on for over 2 years. It went up to the state. It went up to the state Supreme Court, and now it's back in city courts. And I have a lawyer. It's just I'm able to fight it because I got help from YouTube. So if a cop wants to challenge my legal rights, I get some help on YouTube. But I'll say in Paducah, I seem to have gotten shadow banned because of my fight there. It's Paducah, they arrested me, and like I said, in the church parking lot, there was a cop who didn't turn his camera on for the first 5 minutes, and is just being in a church parking lot. I don't know if you saw my car in a church parking lot at 1 a.m.
I would handle it the same exact way.
Yeah, you'd check it out. And
I mean, there's no reason for me to like feel that you committed a crime or anything like that.
Oh, in a church parking lot? All right.
I mean, you're in a church parking lot. What's the problem with a church parking lot?
Well, this is Kentucky too, Paducah, Kentucky. So they look at the law a little differently. Yeah. They consider it property. They say property rights are more strict in Kentucky than it is. Is that another cop?
No.
Than it is in Illinois. You're working with your Illinois within your Illinois set of legal boundaries, but Kentucky's a little different. They arrested me, but they fell back on trespassing, but they wanted my ID. They said that they're not required to tell me their last name, because of we could like look them up on the internet. And
do you want my badge number?
I don't care. I don't know how to look that up on any.
You really can't. There's nothing that you like.
There's
nothing that like you can even look up for the Arcola Police Department at all that will give you the information. Just says, oh, they discussed my hire date on this time. That's it.
Yeah, I mean, do you have is there a Facebook for the Arcola City Police at all that you know of? Or?
There is, but it's been a while since they've been active.
Yeah, so some are more active than others. But yeah, it's like, I mean, if you're going to make content more and more in the future, there's going to be more cameras. I mean, I don't know how you could stop it. I mean, eventually you should be having cameras within your department.
Yeah.
And it's just going to be more prevalent. And even the
Okay. I'll be over there in a second.
All right, yeah. You can turn the faucet on, and it splashes on the ground at the bathrooms, the water. I think he's talking about water.
Yeah, it's just something that, like, because I've never been over there, so.
Yeah, you could see it. It's just a water faucet, and it just like a garden. You attach a garden hose to it. It's type of faucet over there. So it's Yeah, it's that type of water. So.
Okay. Yeah, no. So I mean, yeah, by all means, we're all good to go. And
yeah. And yeah.
So.
And I'll be okay. Yep.
Okay. I just want to make sure I remember that YouTube so I can watch it later.
Well. Yeah, if it goes up, Walmart is extremely fast, but it's for uploading videos. With this,
I know McDonald's also has a Wi-Fi.
They used to be good. All right, they used to be completely unregulated back in 2015, but wow, they've blocked a lot. It's slow. I don't bother anymore. Yeah. They just took a different approach. Walmart still keeps it extremely fast, but there's not a Walmart for a while until Champaign, I believe. So,
yeah.
And I'm not running there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, there's that, or Savoy if you're going up north.
Okay. Yeah, I might see that one.
That was probably the best one to go to because it's like a 15-minute drive.
Okay.
For Walmart.
Okay. All right. All right.
But there's 3 in that area, so in case you ever want to go there. But.
Okay.
All right. Well,
all right. Well,
do you have any other questions I can
just
answer?
I'm good. So
you obviously don't want anything from me. So
no, don't. I'd suggest don't offer that type of stuff. That's not. It's not. You got like a little teddy bear in there too for little kids. Is that something you keep? I've seen that. For domestic disturbances, the cop would keep a teddy bear in there.
No, like I said, I mean, I don't know why I wouldn't offer it, but I feel like it's always a nice gesture.
It's good to be generous, but you're a cop, okay?
What's the problem?
You're in the middle of things.
It doesn't change personality though. It shouldn't.
Well, yeah.
I hope that I will see the comments later and say that definitely does not change personality of who this person is.
Oh, they'll say you're nice. Yeah, okay. You'll get compliments. You'll get compliments, right?
Well, I don't really care about the compliments either. It's code for it. And it's more like just just being a human, right? So like when I instantly cut you off and I talk about the paying taxes, that's taxpayers' money. You don't want that kind of stuff, but it's not. We're all human beings underneath this badge or uniform, whatever. I could take it off, and I'll still be the same person I am right now, and I'll still talk the same way.
That's fine, but there's a limit that you can only give so much.
I can.
So
you know what? And
that's
having this job, it allows me to be able to give a little bit more than what.
All right.
Be able to.
Maybe get in. Politics might be your calling. That's.
I hate politics.
Oh, right now, okay, you're in
not right now,
point.
just
you're in a point. Okay.
General.
It's frustrating. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it's. I'm just. At least if there was any way I can help you, if there's not, that's totally fine.
Okay.
I totally understand.
All right. I'm good with that. Yeah. Whatever. Right. I'm just keeping with what I got. Just working with what I got. I'm not. Yeah.
I gotcha.
Sometimes I'll take money. Sometimes some people will just show me, give me a little bit. I have taken money in the past, but I'm not. It's called like kind of panhandling. I don't panhandle. Yeah. I don't panhandle. And I'm not. I wouldn't call myself an e-beggar. People have on the internet, electronic beggar, e-beggar, like go on YouTube and just beg for money. These are all my links, my GoFundMe, and I did have one, but that was for a lawyer in Louisiana. But I had to raise $20,000 for a lawyer for Natchitoches to fight this. I fought it in trial myself. Represented myself, then got thrown in jail for 30 days. This is over my ID, and then got out 26 days to appeal it. And I raised $20,000 while I was in jail because my supporters raised that money out and then got me out. And now this lawyer is still working on it. I got it's covered up. I got his name on the windshield. I take money sometimes. I've never taken money from a cop. This is weird.
It's not. It's weird.
Yeah, to take
I'm not this actual money. It's just a piece of paper I fill out.
Oh, it's
on there.
Okay.
And then
all right, you're doing. All right, I don't.
Box that.
I would say
it's all good.
I would say keep a little teddy bear in your car for a kid if you go to many domestic disturbances. If there's children and
thankfully not around here.
You don't have. Okay. You're all right.
Not any of that. Mostly involve the kids.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Just. However whatever the bigger issues are for this city, you just work within the means of that, and try to work if you know, and I you know, if giving really makes you feel good, there are
It's not just. I mean, it's not just about me though. So but that's my mentality. So
yeah, that's fine. People are built that way.
Yeah.
You know, I guess I'm not as much of a generous person as, so I'm giving you a different perspective on I'm giving you my opinion on that. So yeah, that's
no, absolutely. So all right, well.
Okay.
Yeah. Do you want my card or anything like that?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I have your name. Yeah, I'm good. I see your car there. I don't know. It's not hidden. You don't have the you know, it's not an unmarked car. It's pretty obvious. So it's obvious if you see it on the street. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I mean, it's just, I parked here in the morning, and yeah, I'll be leaving. So we won't be having any future contacts.
No. I mean, that's what I'll normally do is right after we get done talking, I'll get on my radio and just say, hey, this guy's just hanging out here for the night.
Yeah. Dispatch makes a note, and then if anything happens in this park or maybe within a mile, they'll be like, oh, this guy T. Hines was in the area.
But I don't really have like any actual information to say, all right, well, this is this guy, this is what he's wearing, this is that, but like, and
there's little,
understand that. So.
Yeah, I've been accused when I was in Washington. There's a situation with a stolen kayak. It's just I gave my name and I was in the area, but it didn't turn into anything. But still, there's a person of interest. You can have persons of interest. You have suspects, or you can have.
So then that would be an investigation at that point, and then I need your name. So,
yeah.
Realistically, I need your name, but then like I don't really need it that much. So.
Yeah, there's.
Not that serious.
Okay.
So. All right.
Well, all right. Yeah, just have nice talking with you.
Absolutely.
So we'll part ways, and you want to shake hands? Okay.
Do you care about that?
Yeah, we can shake hands.
If you don't want to, we don't have to.
All right.
All right. Well, have a safe rest of your day, all right?
So, okay, yep. Have a good one. No. Holy crap. Wow. All right. All right.